Okay, so I oh Lord, but what was I about to say? Relax, relax yourself. It's making me nervous to say this because I know exactly what's going on, and I'm just like, oh, it's gonna get good, and I'm just like, okay, okay. I'm balanced. I am very balanced. Okay. Um. So, you know how when you have a child, the child is a reflection of yourself, and how you treat that child is either um, worse than what you were, you know, how you were treated when you were younger, or better because you don't want them to go through what you went through when you were younger. So I see my child as as that for me, but also I was thinking about how it's been stagnant with like me having more children because of the men that I've experienced and all this, because I knew that the next man that I had a child with, like, we was gonna be forever. Like, it wasn't gonna be breaking us apart and all this extraness. So the type of man I was dealing with, they would have been like karma. They would have been like torturing me and putting me in all kind of situations where I'm like I'm enslaved because I had their child. And everybody that I dealt with, they wanted a daughter from me. And it's funny because I personally know that my second child will be a girl. Like, so, and me and my mama, we wasn't the closest, and we used to clash, fight, and all this extra stuff. And I just know that I didn't want that for me and my daughter. So I'm like, okay, I gotta heal all this extra stuff. I need to apologize to my mama. I need to learn how to forgive her for the things that I blamed her for, and then the stuff I didn't tell her, that it was just like, I didn't feel like I had a safe space. So, like, yeah, that's why I kept most of my things to myself, because I never felt like it was somebody I could tell without, being punished. So, yeah. And it's wild because when I was younger, I used to always have these dreams about like raptures and stuff, and it'll be like Yeshua, Jesus, he'll be like giant as fuck, like rolling around. Well, one of them, he was like walking around collecting souls and stuff, and I used to be like running away from him, hiding and stuff. I used to be scared of like like church and all that. I was like, oh my god, I'm not living right. Like, that's how I was when I was younger. So I was just like, growing up, I had to, times got darker. And then it was like, as a child, my childhood was taken away from me. So I didn't even get to like, enjoy that. So now, as the adult I am, I'm sitting here satisfying the little girl in me, and I probably look like really slow. Like, this grown ass woman is childish as fuck. But it's like, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm just experiencing those things that, I want to. I feel comfortable with. Like, the things that make me feel liberated through all types of circumstances, because I create my reality, and I can't always, fall into those times of despair, because I know that there's not just my energy. I know sometimes I'm dealing with some really dark shit, but it's not my fault. It's just part of the superpowers. So I just have to really keep my faith high and keep my mind just like, ooh, we are doing this, we got this, ain't nobody gonna take this from us. And that's how I'm maneuvering, and I'm okay with that. But like I said, this journey is about, that little girl being that superstar she was like so destined to be. Like, I remember I used to want to be on American Idol, but I was like, dang, I'm too young right now, and I always felt like I was born in the wrong generation. I'm like, dang, all the good stuff the adults doing. So I wanted to be grown so bad. And eventually I learned how to be grown. I wasn't a child. I was this adult in this little bitty body. And I was just, no. I did love cartoons though. I do love cartoons my whole life. But I was really sick-minded. Right. Yeah. And I was very sneaky, and it's funny now because I was very sneaky then, but now it's just like I don't give a fuck who know what. Like, I do what I want to do, and clearly you're going to know what I want you to know, because I'm not hiding anything, and I am doing everything that I want to do. So it's just like I'm not really stressing. Like, I just want to be able to be myself. Like, I've always had to like adjust, adapt, be somebody another personality to exist. I'm just like, now I'm like, I know who I am. And it is still a big reality, big energy to who I am. So I just really, I'm just honored. Because I used to have to be mad at people that I didn't want to be mad at. I used to have to do, like, lie. Lie to stay out of trouble. I was not. I don't have to live that life. Like, and I hate that she had to understand and live the way she had to when she was tiny and nanny. But no, And another thing is, I was meditating yesterday, and I was just thinking about all the, oh, I'm about to get emotional again. All the people I'm going to impact. And I was thinking about all the little girls, and I'm like, I didn't have that for me. I didn't have somebody to look up to. I didn't look up to anybody. I love Beyonce. She was cool, but I wasn't really obsessed with people. Like, that wasn't really my cup of tea. Like, being a super fan and all that, like, that wasn't my cup of tea. But I did have my little Beyonce phase, so that's another day for another story. But a story for another day. But I'm just like, I just always wanted to be my own person. Now I know who that is. But what was I getting to before I started talking about Beyonce? Okay, I'm not starstruck. It's I just can't figure it out. I'm so caught up. Let me think. Well, dag nabbit, I just sit there and tried to think about it, and I couldn't find it. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I just it's funny because I was just thinking about how one time I was like really upset, and I was venting to one of my homeboys, and I was letting him know, I was like, man, people don't like me because my autism is love and shit. I was like, I get real stupid about, loyalty and love and all that, and people just, they would just be, and I'd be like, and I'd be like, and I was just thinking about that, like, I was really a loving child, like, a loving little girl, like, I love everybody. That's why when things start falling apart, like, a lot of people I know, they lost people physically and that hurt them, but a lot of people wasn't physically, how can I say this? What's the word? Because I'm going to put this on YouTube. I'm just going to say it. Dying, I guess? Like, people lose people from death, but I was losing people because they were walking out my life and, just going about their existence after, like, I've proven my loyalty and did all this da-da-da-da-da, and then it's just like, we had that one hiccup, and it was like, fuck you, you ain't shit. I'm like, oh, okay, well, stand doing that. And because I was like, because I was so sensitive as a little girl, when I became a teen, I was like, I'm not going to, let nobody see me cry or nothing. So when people used to leave my life, I would be like, okay, fuck you. Like, the fuck? What you gonna do? Like, I don't care. My feelings will be hurt. I'll be trying to get high or something. And then whenever I became an adult, it was the liquor. I was like, I just want to be loved. And yeah, so yeah, but I still have not given up on love and what it means, because ain't nobody gonna stop me from seeking love. Like, I love the whole concept of what love could look like, what it could feel like amongst, like, in myself, like, for others. Like, I love that shit. Like, for the elements around, like, I just be so grateful. Sometimes I just come outside and stand here and I just be like, thank you for being here. Like, that's how I be feeling. So